importantly, a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs. The Mustangs will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the UAB Blazers offense will get the first possession of the game. And when you take the field with the confidence, the swag that this guy does, David, it just really elevates your confidence in the passing game.
The receivers don't usually lack confidence, and those are the guys that kind of set the tone. And that swagger sets the tone for this offense. And Jesse, you know he's going to make plays.
And that speed scares defenses too, because he can take the top off quick. These safeties better get back deep, or else this guy's going to take it to the house.
The speed of these quarterbacks have just gotten insane. Week in and week out, you're facing so many guys that can just pick them up and put them down and chew up 15 yards like it's nothing.
And they can make the throws, too. We call them dual threats, but really you have to be able to do both in this era of football.
Yeah, and it used to be one or the other. You had a guy that could really, really run. You had a guy that could throw. Now, they're all packaged into one, and it's just, man, it's a headache.
How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Makes the catch. It's Sims. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Blazers line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Mustangs offense will get the ball for the first time. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside, and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. Two physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, two alphas, two guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, cornerback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
The give to the tailback. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Mustangs will snap it on 1st and 10. Fires to the big fella. And he's down after making the catch, but did not reach the line to gain. Line getting set on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And this one splits the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here. That's impressive.
UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
Got it set up on the outside, and they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Such a great job by the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. From the gun, give on the inside.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Hatchett. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
2nd down coming up. Power football with the run. At the 35, he's open. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. The Mustangs look to keep this drive humming. To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Coffee. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there, they're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. And the Mustangs headed quickly to the line.
1st and goal, SMU.
Quarterback will keep it. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, SMU! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. Off the play fake on 1st down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, and come away with the sack.
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
And that's where quarterbacks, you know, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Great job to get down with the slide after getting everything you could. The Blazers send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He gets a block. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UAB regains possession. The Blazer offense back onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Using the quick game. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's 3rd and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse, turn the football over.
And the Blazers will call on their punt team. He'll bring it back. It's Davis. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Hatchett. Setting up the screen. Open space at the 25. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Mustangs with the 1st and 10. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. Tight end finds a soft spot. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Mustangs. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
24, UAB, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum. He lofts one down the sideline. And he reels it in inside the 30. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Makes the grab over the middle. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Fires to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, UAB.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half, we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the run from inside his own 5. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. He looks that one in nicely. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
They'll run the screen. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. The defense uses their second timeout of the half. Back together. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to pass. It's Hatchett. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Soft spot in the middle. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
First down for the offense.
He's looking to throw it. On the move to his left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on first down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint. But does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the first down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
Going up top on first down. Got it. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, SMU!
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Blazers will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Give to the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Looking for a block. It's Morris. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. He'll keep it himself. Runs through a tackle. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Got it in the middle. It's Morris. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. And the Blazers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Gets open down the middle. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
When receivers are running slant routes against man coverage, sometimes you get open using speed, but sometimes it's pure physicality. This receiver does a great job using his hands, and then he's able to fight his way to the inside. At the end of the day, he just wanted that football run.
Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
The Blazers are marching down the field. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He'll do it himself. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, UAB. Play the analytics here. You go for 2. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Well, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Working the middle, it's complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Man, these wide receivers are so athletic out wide now. You're so worried about getting beat deep. And these slant routes, they can be a good changeup. I mean, just a couple steps, stick your foot in the ground, come inside. It might not be huge gains all the time, but, man, it keeps that DB off balance.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Looking to throw, it's Hatchett. Extending the play. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
That's the problem when you go empty, right? As a quarterback, you know you might get blitzed, and if you do, you better know where your hot throw is. If you don't, you're getting sacked. That time the linebacker got to.
Ran through the contact. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Oh, what a move! He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And that's a first down for the offense. Here we go.
From the gun, running back gets the give.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
They'll run it from the gun. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs! And the punishment has been extended. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
38, UAB 13.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Swings it out to his running back. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
You know, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. And the Blazers will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down and run. At the 45 on his way. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The Blazers have this offense rolling. Looking to move it through the air. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Avoids pressure. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss. Big first down sack for the defense brings up 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Fleming. He's right on target. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He wants to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. Fires and picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so...
All kinds of running room. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play, 1st and 10 from their own 49. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Give him 88 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. Running back searching for a hole. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, SMU.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Here we go. Looking for a man. It's Hatchett. A shot toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Just complete and utter dominance.